Okay, so we are talking about Mac OS Ventura. That's the latest operating system. Let's see. What thought it would be here. Here it is, version 13. So I have 13.1. I think that's the latest one, but yeah, I think 13.1 is the latest one. Sort of gets confusing because the iPad is 13.2 or something. But anyway, Ventura, we're just going to take a tour of all the new features, and then I know some people are having trouble with Stage Manager and other things, so we can hopefully talk about that as we go. And then if you have any more questions, we'll save those for the end. You can always jump in at any time. That's fine too. Okay, but Ventura has a whole bunch of new apps. Okay, and I say new apps, but they're new old apps. So we have things like the clock. The clock has an app. And of course, you've had a clock app on your phone for like forever, but they finally brought the clock app over to the Mac. So the clock app, it does what you would expect it to do. It has a world clock. It's got an alarm, stopwatch, and timer. So pretty similar to the app that you have on your phone. I don't find this as useful as the phone, but you might want it, especially if you want to look at time zones. You can always click this little plus button and add a time zone. So we're not even on here. So we should put Honolulu. And I think we can drag these around, yeah. So, all right, we're on the map. So, I don't know, kind of nice. I don't think there's much else here. So if you see something, just let me know. Okay. Joan, I think Amy is having some Zoom issue in the chat. You might want to take a look at that. Thanks. Okay. So second app in Ventura is weather. So there's a weather app. So again, much like what you have on your phone, if you are the kind of person who likes to look at the weather, you can open this app, and there's actually a lot of detail. So like that little pop-up thing said, we can click on any one of these to get a little more detail. So if we wanted to know, it looks sunny tomorrow, but if we want to click on it, it'll give us a little more detail. Okay, it's going to be cold at 6 a.m. and then it's going to kind of be warm right at noon. But it looks pretty good. Okay, so you have this like radar thing for rain. So it looks pretty good today. We should probably not be indoors. We should probably just get outdoors. But yeah, the weather app. So I don't know if you know any of the quote unquote controversy about Apple, but Apple bought a weather service called Dark Sky, and Dark Sky had really good data. And so I think they're starting to incorporate some of this data into their weather app, so you could see all kinds of stuff, right? Air quality, UV index, wind, feels like, humidity, pressure, like there's all kinds of just data. So I don't know if you're a weather junkie, you got lots of stuff to look at and lots of stuff to play with here. Let's see, I added more locations, but I can't even remember how to do that. Add location to this. I can't add one. Why can't I add one? Okay, so you're supposed to be able to add a location, but for whatever reason, it's grayed out and I can't do it. So, bad weather app. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's the weather app. If you want to stop me and just ask any questions, feel free. I think these are just like super simple. So there's really not much to them. Okay, so move on to the next one. Okay, let's see. So I think I've got it. I've got it here somewhere. Okay, the next new app is called Freeform. And let's see what this is. Symbol. Okay, get creative. Freeform is a quote unquote infinite canvas app that lets you put all kinds of media, and it's kind of like you could use it for mind mapping, or you can use it for all kinds of stuff. It even has some collaborative features. And I'm going to click continue so you can see it. Okay, enable iCloud syncing. So this is one of those weird things with Freeform. You would think they would just turn on your iCloud syncing automatically, but I guess they have to ask your permission. So I've got to go to settings, and that did not open anything that is useful. Let me search for it. And there's nothing. All right, I love live demos. This is probably in iCloud, which is what it was telling me. So Freeform, here it is. So I have turned that on and merge my data. Okay. So my other boards will probably think in now. I've just thought of something. Is my screen a little bit small? I usually change the.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let me change that.
Very small.
Where do I change that? Let's go. Okay, let's see if I can do it with this size. So this is like huge for me, but it's fine. Okay, so this is like an infinite canvas, right? So on the Mac, this isn't super useful, I think. Maybe it is, maybe you find it useful. You can use these items up here on the top. And like that first one is a sticky note. So you can leave yourself some sticky notes. And I think maybe if you're right click, no, nothing. This yellow, great. Next one is like a shape tool. So you can add some different shapes. I don't know how this one is different than this one. Kind of the same, but anyway, if you wanted to just dress things up, add a little star here, you know. And then you've got these are more little shape graphics. They're kind of fun. Like I said, it's infinite canvas, so it'll just keep expanding in all directions. So we can how do I drag you? I don't know how to drag this around. No, if anybody's better at freeform, just holler. Okay. Like I said, I don't find this super useful on the Mac, but on an iPad, it's like great.
Arlen, is it on an iPad with version 16?
It is. So you have to update your iPad to the latest version, which might be 16.2. I have an iPad here, but I didn't update it to 16.2. So I don't have that to show you, but you know, like on the iPad, you could like draw on the screen, right? Which I think is much more useful than just having sticky notes and things. So on the Mac, I feel like this is good to view freeforms. Like maybe you create them on your iPad, but then you come here on your Mac and then you can view what you've created. I will tell you, like, if you listen to like Apple Podcasts and things, they all call this freeform app a beta. It's not a beta, it's released software, but it's very buggy. So it's supposed to sync everything with iCloud, but some things that you write on your iPad and you expect it to sync, and then it doesn't sync
to
your Mac. So like it's kind of a mess right now. So I'm just gonna put, hopefully this will be better later. Okay, so I'm just going through and like adding different things here. Let's see. You guys want to see Matthew, right? So yeah, Matthew. How do I add Matthew? Did I add him twice? Oh, there. Okay. So any kind of photos or whatever you can add. I suppose you could add files. I don't want to add anything too big.
So what you're saying is that this freeform app on the Mac with Ventura does not sync with the freeform app in the iOS devices?
It does sync, but there are bugs.
Okay.
Which means you can't rely on it. Which
Okay.
means I probably wouldn't use it, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of a mess right now. So like this is, I think I made this on my iPad. But like I said, like it should be an 8, but you open it up, where's the 8?
Oh dear.
Right? Like it's, oh, there it is. Okay. Maybe it was just somewhere, but I don't know. It's kind of a mess. So treat this like a beta. What's that, Russ?
I found that the problem is that the screen is so big that stuff gets lost on it. And like you just demonstrated, you have an 8. Where is the 8? Well, it's way the heck over and on the other side, and you can't really tell that without. There's no way to kind of that I found to kind of zoom out so I can get a larger look at what's there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You can organize, choose view, organize, and by color or by category or whatever, right? So that they'll group themselves. No? Oh, I'm sorry. You're in freeform, not in stickies. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it back. Sorry.
Okay. So this is, yeah. I do feel like this is a beta. So treat it like a beta. If you want to try it, you want to play with it, great. I wouldn't rely on it, right? And it's got some limitations. If you really like this type of program, I'll type a couple of these. Concepts is a good one. Here. Okay. Concepts is one of these infinite canvas type apps that is, I think, more reliable. It's been around for a little while. But there are alternatives to this if you really like it, but you want to get something more stable. Yeah. Hey, Joan, can you mute yourself? Because you're got your background noise. Thanks. So I'm going to move away from freeform. I'm just going to quit that. I just wanted to show it to you because it's here, it's new, but I don't think it's quite ready for us to use. If anybody wants to do if anybody really likes it and they want to do a little, you know, what does Joan call it? An Lulu or something, a little app segment on that'd be nice. Okay, so next new thing in Ventura is something called system settings. You saw it briefly. This used to be called system preferences on the Mac. And on your iPhone or your iPad, it's called settings. So they wanted to make it really confusing because they wanted to call it system settings, which is, oh, and they wanted to make it look like your Mac, your iPhone or your iPad, because it's this long scrolling list of items. I don't know if you remember before, it used to be like rows of icons. That's what system preferences used to look like. Now they're trying to make it look more iPhone-y. So you have this list of just different items to go down. The complaint that most of us have is you can't find anything now. Like those rows of icons kind of made sense, and they tried to group different, each row was like similar things that were grouped together. But now you just have this list and it's kind of like your phone, but I can't find anything in here. So I always use the search box. So that might be a little tip for you. I don't really want to say anything more about this, just that it's different. If you come in here and you're looking for that old format, you're not going to see it. You're going to see this new format, and it's a little more like your iPhone. So you might be able, if you're like super familiar with your iPhone, you might be able to find things. It's grouped similarly, or it starts off with like general and all this stuff. But I find this very confusing because I've been using a Mac for so long that this change is kind of confusing for me. That's really all I want to say about it. All the settings are here, right? So Wi-Fi settings or Bluetooth, they're all here. They're just in different places. Okay, so let's look at some apps. Okay, so there's been a whole bunch of improvements on different apps. So let me start. I'm going to start Mail. Mail is one of those apps that we probably, we all probably use quite a bit. One of the first things that's a lot better in Mail is the searching. So in past versions of Mail, and especially if you used Gmail with the Mail app, searching was pretty bad. It was always kind of hard to find things. It was a little bit slow. So they've improved all of that. Searching is fast. You find some pretty good results. So like if I were to just click on my magnifying glass that's in the top right corner, get the search box, right? And I search for like, I don't know, cybersecurity. Then, some things will pop in immediately. I get these other search terms that maybe I wanted this one, maybe I wanted this one, et cetera, et cetera. But I can just see some of those. And, all right, okay, it's downloading a few more messages for me. But those first results pop in pretty quickly. Okay, so better searching is one of the key new features in Mail. The big features though, I think are the sending in terms of sending. So if I create a new message, this is the compose new message icon. And I'm going to send, do I have Joan? Okay, let's send something to Joan. Hi, Joan. What are you doing today? Okay, so I'm sending this message, and Joan's going to love this feature because, as we heard earlier, Joan is often awake at 3 a.m. sending us emails. But maybe Joan wants to hide the fact that she's still up at 3 a.m. Right next to the send message button, you have a triangle, right? So we can now schedule this at a later time. So I could just send it, but maybe I just want to send this on Monday, right? So this is great for like, if you're working, you don't want your boss to know that you were working on Saturday because he's going to expect you to always be working on Saturday, right? So I might be working and like compose this email, but I'm going to send this on Monday. Okay, so at 8 a.m. Monday, as long as my computer is, it's connected to the internet, maybe I think it'll still happen if you're sleeping, but it has to have that internet connection. Monday at 8 a.m., this message is going to get sent. Okay, great. This device needs a network connection to ensure delivery at that time. Okay, so if you're on a laptop and you use a send later, but you take your laptop and you forget it in the car, that message is probably not going to get sent, right? Because it just needs that internet connection. Even if it's sleeping, I think it'll still send. Okay, so I'm going to send that later. Let's see. Okay, Amy's asking a question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Amy is asking.
I have a green pencil in a black circle on the left-hand bottom corner of my screen. I don't know what that's for.
Is it in a particular app? Are you in the mail app with us? Or are you still in the freeform app? Or
I'm viewing this from the calendar.
okay, if you're in calendar app, I'm not sure what that could mean. Bottom left corner, yeah, I have no idea what that could be. Maybe we could have you share your screen later. We can take a look. Okay, right. Let me show you one more mail feature. Still having to do with sending mail. Let's see. Just typing. I can't talk and type at the same time, so you'll hear me like go silent when I want to type. Okay, so I'm gonna send this to Joan. Oh shucks, I forgot to tell Joan something. If you notice in the bottom left-hand side in mail, you have this button called undo send. And let's see. You have about 10 seconds to hit that button. I don't know if did I hit the button fast enough? Okay. If you click that button, your message won't be sent. And you can like edit this. Oh. So now I'll send that message. Okay, so in this bottom left corner, you've got the undo send button. And if you you know, you always do that. You always hit that send button and then you go, oh, I forgot to ask Joan this, right? So you have a few seconds, and if you don't remember, then it might be too late. The message might be gone. Okay, so I don't know. It looks like it's in my outbox, but it's probably being sent. Okay. Oh, mail is just kind of busy for me. Okay, so there, that message was sent. But I had a good number of seconds to catch that I forgot to say something, right? So when you're writing your emails, sending it later, like at a, you know, these are default times, or you can click send later and you can actually choose like, oh, this is not important. I'm going to send this on Sunday at, I don't know, 11 p.m. Okay, that's good. Let's schedule that. Yeah, let's delete that. Okay, so scheduling when you send messages and undoing that message that you sent. Those are the two new features. Pretty neat, pretty useful features that a lot of people would use. Okay, besides that, not too much else has changed with mail. Hopefully it's a little more reliable, a little bit faster, but not too much else. Searching, sending later, and undoing. Okay, I'm going to quit out of mail. So, right, let's take a look at messages. Messages is probably the most frequently used app for all of us. And let's see, so you see here my conversation with Joan. Messages you kind of have similar features, just like the one you saw in mail. Okay, so like when I send a text message, or I guess an iMessage here, okay, I can now right click on it and I can edit it. Okay, so I must be hungry because I keep thinking about lunch. But after I send that message, I can go back and edit it. Now, editing, I think, is up to 15 minutes. So if I send Joan this message and she's busy, she's not responding, 5 minutes later, I think of something. Oh, I wanted to ask Joan this. Oh, I could just send her another message, right? Or I could edit this message. I don't know if you guys use Siri dictation to compose your text messages, but I often do that. And Siri spells things terribly, right? So I'll dictate a message, I'll send it, and then I'll look down at what was just sent. And what often happens, I don't know why this happens, but I'll dictate this whole message like, Matthew wants to go to the water park, and I'll hit send, right? Matthew's my son. And the message that gets sent is Marge wants to go to the water park. And I'm going, why did Siri autocorrect that to Marge? I don't know Marge. I don't have a Marge in my contacts. Matthew is my son. Well, I'm always talking about Matthew. Why is, you know, it's mind-boggling, right? So if Siri wrote this, can't type in toxin, right? If I said that, I go, ah, misspelling. Okay, misspelling, edit. Okay, so really, really useful. You have 15 minutes to catch a mistake. Maybe it's a dictation mistake. Maybe it's just something you misspelled or mistyped. Some of those can be pretty embarrassing, right? some of them are just like irritating, right? So what we would normally do before this is we would just say, you know, not Marge, Matthew, right? Like we'd send a second message to correct the first message that we sent. So now we don't have to do that. We can just right click on that message and edit. You can do it on the iPhone too. I forget how to do it. I assume it's like a tap and hold on the message and then you can choose edit. So I know you're not listening to me anymore. I know you're trying that out, but that's fine.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Arlen, question,
Yeah,
what if that other person is basically online when you're typing, like you're having a live conversation, they see the mistake right away, even though you've got 15 minutes, they're seeing it within a minute or up to 15 minutes. So what good is it if
right.
they're seeing it?
I mean, if you're having like a live conversation,
It doesn't
by
matter.
the yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like they're probably responding to you. Like who's like my mom
Oh.
yesterday. I think I think we did that. We did this whole thing. Can't find it. Let's see. Oh, here it was. Marge
Who's
had an accident last night. Who's Marge? Like,
Okay.
Matthew. So that totally happens to me all the time. Right. So, but yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a live conversation, but if, you know, Joan's not responding, it's good to update.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Neil, Fergie, raise your hand. I can't see the participants, so you'll have to unmute and you can.
You know, if you, when you're typing your message and if you see the wrong name or something, you know, if you change it before you click on it, you have to send before it's, the other person sees it, doesn't it? If you type something and you have an error and you spot the error, and if you don't click on send, you have time to correct it, don't you?
If you don't click on send, yeah, you can always correct it. But
Okay.
this is 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes after you've sent it.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Yeah,
like,
go over again.
yeah, like for me at work, I can't, I don't look at my phone a lot at work. So I could get all kinds of messages and it might be an hour before I respond.
Yeah.
So, you know, people could correct it. Now, when you do correct it, it gives you this little, oh, I clicked on it and it showed me what I changed. It gives you this little thing that says edited.
Yeah.
Right. So that the person the person you sent the message to knows that that message has been edited.
Okay.
Okay. So there's like a little notification. I clicked on it. I've never done this before, but it showed me this was the original. This is what I changed it to. Right.
Always, I do a lot of messages. A lot of times they're pretty lengthy sometimes, and before I click on send, I have to go back and use make it in larger type, and proofread it before I ever send it. And I hate text messages because I have to do that. I was making errors.
Yeah. But that's a good practice to read what you're about to send, right? Yeah. Okay, so there's another feature here. So if I right click on this, I can also undo the send.
Oh, within
Right,
a few minutes.
So poof, and then there's a little thing, right? Okay, I unsent that, but it does give you the disclaimer. Joan may have still seen the message, right? But if iCloud works fast enough, you know, faster than Joan, which is difficult because Joan's pretty quick. But if iCloud is faster than Joan, she won't see that message.
No, if you can do that before she reads the text message, then it's gone already.
Right.
So you get to do it before she goes into her text messages to see it.
Right. Yeah. So a couple of a couple of good I don't know, is it digital hygiene? I don't know what you call this, but couple of neat features that you might use. Again, this also works on the phone. So I believe tapping and holding, somebody can like chime in and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe tapping and holding on one of your messages will bring up the edit and the undo send options. So for the undoing, I have in my notes that you have up to 2 minutes to undo something that you've sent.
Hmm.
So, you know, much less time. Editing, you have up to 15 minutes. Hopefully that's true. That's what I put in my notes.
Right.
Okay. So another thing that you can do is you can mark a message as unread. So let's see if I can mark this one. Let's see. Oh, no. No. Okay. I'm not seeing it right now, but let's see. Yeah. So you should be able to mark a message as unread. So maybe that only works on the phone. I'm not sure. I don't even know how I get, like on your phone, do you have like little dots next to people that send you a message? I forget. Somebody can send me a message and then you can see what it looks like. Okay.
Joan sent out on a message, text message.
She might have gone away. Okay. So anyway, Messages has one more feature. I don't know if we're going to use it, but it's share play. Okay, so here's that message. I don't know how to mark this as whatchamacallit, unread.
Or you can't, no, you just
Anyway.
read it.
Yeah, well, that's why I've read it, but I could still mark it as unread. So
Oh, okay.
like say on my phone or whatever, it would still show up as unread.
Because what has
But-
that feature?
Yeah,
I don't know what you want to use it, but might come in handy sometime.
okay. So it's one more feature in Messages that I haven't tested, so I don't quite know how it works, but I'm just gonna click around and see if we can get it to work. It's called share play. So maybe it's so while you could share videos or songs or different things that what you're doing. Let's see. It's a good sign. Have you guys watched the movie Encanto? It's like a year old now. That was a fun movie.
Great movie. Lots of fun.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. Share. No, that's the one. Messages. Here. Share messages. What did that do? Okay. No, that's not it. That's just like a link. That's boring. So let me turn this down. Okay. So share play is like this way that you can watch the same movie or listen to the same song with, like I could find this great song called We Don't Talk About Bruno. And Joan has got to hear this. So I think, maybe while I'm playing it, so I'm kind of playing in the background. I'm looking for the way to share this. Ross, you don't happen to use SharePlay, do you?
No, I was just Googling it because I don't know how to do it. Sharing messages. That just said sharing messages.
It did, but it's just giving me a link to the,
Oh, okay.
just a link to the song, which I don't think,
I thought you were supposed to be able to both hear it at the same time.
right, yeah, you
How are
are.
you gonna do that in messages?
Well, it's, maybe it is a link and, but I don't know how. Yeah, so anyway, that's something that none of us are ever going to use. Oh, I'm just going to stop that. Okay. All right, let's continue on with reminders. Okay. Reminders has like, I don't know about, I don't know if you use reminders, but reminders, it has been getting really good the last few years. So, I used to use like fancy programs like OmniFocus and, all these fancy task management things. And over the years, I just found that reminders is pretty good. So I've kind of switched back to reminders. So I don't use any of the other things. But like one of my complaints about reminders, one of the reasons I switched away was because I wanted to have templates, like certain projects that you do. They always have the same steps, right? And I could come in here and like, okay, make a new to-do list. Let's see, I'm gonna click the plus button. Okay, what's the first thing I have to do for this project? I don't know. What's my project? Okay. Let me add a list. I'm gonna add a list. I'm gonna call this list bake cookies. Okay. Sorry, guys, I must be really hungry today. So bake cookies. Okay, so I need to go shopping. Let's see. So I need eggs. I need chocolate. Did I spell it? No, can't spell. Chocolate chips. I need flour. Sorry, just ignore the spelling. Sugar. Baking soda. Okay. All right. And every time I wanna do this, I need the same things. I need the same things. So I just wanna make this into a template where anytime I want to bake cookies, I can just pull this up, right? Well, now that I've made this little list here, I can come to the left column, can right click on it, and let's see, where is it? It's not there. Uh-oh. Where is it? I just did this. Oh, okay. Okay. File. Right. Okay. File. Save as template. Okay. And I'm going to call this the Baked Cookies template and create it. Right. Now I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this list. Okay. So I don't have that list anywhere in here. But I want to bake cookies. So I need to add a list here. So add a list. Where did you go? It was right there. Oh, okay. I happened to click in Exchange. So you got to be an iCloud. This is an iCloud feature. So I'm going to click Add List. And you saw me make a new list before, but I'm going to use templates. And here's the Baked Cookies template. And I'm going to just click Create List. Okay, so now I've got this list with all those items that I just created, including the spelling errors. Isn't that great?
Mhm.
All right, so
I love flirt in my cookies.
Fleur, yeah, yes,
Nerd.
yes, makes tastes really wonderful.
Tastes French.
So the one thing that I love is like this is one thing I wanted was like a packing list. Because I used to go on all of these like kind of like overnight 2-3 day trips, right? And the packing was always the same. I I got to remember my toiletries. I got to remember an extra pair of shoes. I got, like all those things, right? So I made a template and I can just now click packing list, click create list, and I just have my my list right here, right? So there's probably some list that you want to create all the time. Maybe you have like the same 5 things you buy at Costco every time, but you could put it into your to-do list to go, all right, I need milk, I need eggs, I need this, right? Or you can just make a template and add list, template, packing list, right? Create. Then you're going to get that same list every time. So if a lot of you are like traveling again, right? You might want to create a packing list. And then every time you want to travel, just pull up this packing list, and you might not have everything there, right? But this is like the first 2/3 of the things you want. And then I can just click down here and I can, on this particular trip, I'm gonna need my laptop. I'm gonna need my charger. I'm gonna need, what else am I gonna need? I'm gonna need a suit. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So this template will give me like the default, and then I can just customize it from there. Okay, so does that make sense? I think
Yeah.
reminders is like super useful. Kind of an underutilized app on our phones and on our Mac. I believe like a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you also is available on the phone, so you could do the same thing on the phone. So you should try that out. But this session was supposed to just be on Ventura. So I don't even know if my phones are updated and all that stuff because I've been lazy. Okay. Hey, Joan. Go ahead, unmute yourself, and like how much time do I have? Is that about it?
9:30, 10:30.
10:30. Okay.
Actually, no, 10:45.
10:45. I'm going to expect 15 minutes of overtime.
Union, union.
All right. So we had questions about Stage Manager. I've been getting used to Stage Manager. Can't say I like it yet, but Stage Manager is like a way to manage your windows, right? So we're kind of used to just like opening a whole bunch of apps and maybe moving them around the screen. I want to put notes here and I want to put messages here. And then all the apps start to overlap, right? And then like, oh, where was anything? How do I get to anything? There's a button I can push to do that. There it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this button, I forget what this button is called. Mission control, maybe. You can see all your little apps and then you can click on it. So this is how we've been doing like all these windows, right? Or we minimize that one, and when we want it back, we go to the dock and we click on it. That's not it. That was messages. Okay, click on it, it comes back, right? And it's kind of like maybe hard to find things at times. So Apple came up with Stage Manager. It's another way to manage all of your windows. Okay. the really bad thing is you have to go to Control Center to turn it on. So these, I don't know what this looks like, a clear slider and a black slider. That's Control Center. And here we've got Stage Manager. So if I turn this on, let's see what it says. With Stage Manager, you can create your ideal workspace and multitask with ease. Resize app windows, see multiple overlapping windows, and quickly switch between apps. Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Turn on Stage Manager. Where'd everything go? I lost all of my files that were here. Did I just erase them? Okay, and then I got these weird things here. So Stage Manager is kind of like one app at a time, right? So if I click on Messages, oops, if I click on it, Reminders is going to go away and Messages is going to come up. Okay, now these things are so huge. Okay, so Reminders is here now and Messages is front and center. So if I wanted Notes, let me click on Notes. Messages goes onto the side. Notes comes front and center. So you kind of use one thing at a time, but you know what? I need to use two things at once, right? So all I have to do is have one item open, Notes, and I'm going to drag Reminders. I'm just going to click on this guy and drag it in. And now I've got my two windows, right? I can move them around. I can resize them. So Reminders can be like really small. Notes, I'm gonna fill up the space. Okay, so this is now I've got this space, this stage with Notes and Reminders side by side. Watch when I click Messages. Click, okay. Messages comes front and center, and you can see Notes and Reminders are linked together in one stage. So the app that's on the stage right now is Messages, and off to the side is Notes and Reminders. When I click on that one, the other stage appears just like I laid it out, right? Just like I laid it out before, it appears there. So I can switch between these. I'm sort of, this concept is sort of growing on me. What I like about it, oh, see, and if I click on nothing, oh, that's, hey, well, my files are back. That's nice. Because when I clicked on something, they all disappeared and I didn't know how to get them back. But if you click on nothing,
It's
nothing
reactivating
inside,
the Finder, right?
yeah, kind of. So that's actually a setting. So if we went to the Apple system settings, and let me see, stage managers here, stage manager settings. Okay, so there's a setting here to show your desktop items. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on, and let's see how that's different. So now, let me close that. Okay, so now when I go to whatever app, I'll still see the desktop icons. Okay, so that's kind of a preference. If you wanted, if you want to always have access to your files on your desktop, you want to go here, System Settings, Apple System Settings. I can't find anything in here, right? So I have to search Stage Manager Settings and then turn this slider on, Desktop Items, make sure that's on. I'm going to play with it both ways to see which one I like more. But I kind of like the clean desktop, nothing look. So I'm gonna try this default. doesn't work for me, I'm gonna go back. Okay. What I like about it is I always know what applications I have running because they're like, I can see the little previews with the icons on the left column. All right, so when I'm gonna have mail, that's in one stage. Oops. Make the windows a little different sizes. Okay. I think I don't like is in order to see that, I can't make mail like full screen, right? But if you have a big screen, it doesn't matter. But now I can always see like, okay, I have mail here, I've got notes here, I've got messages front and center, and then I can just kind of switch between them, right? If I want Safari, it's stuff in Safari. Resize that guy. So I can always know what applications are running. It's a lot easier to see this than it is to see the little dots on the dock. Right, to see all those things that are running. Okay. Somebody had a question about Stage Manager. Stage Manager is driving you crazy. Did we answer your question, or is something still driving you crazy?
There's one thing you just showed me. I think I can use it. I found it difficult using Stage Manager because it's new, but I often have two screens on my two apps on my screen at the same time, two documents on the same time. And I went up with another one temporarily, and so get up there, and of course it puts what I had on the screen over in the left column there. But you had two of them hooked together because the two of them I have on the screen. I want those to stay together when I'm done, and I want those to go off and like a dictionary come up momentarily to get something. I want to go back to my two things on the screen again, and it showed them hooked together in the left margin somehow. How did you do that?
Oh,
two
okay.
things-
So
All right.
yeah, so
No.
like say you have like pages documents. I'm pretty sure not all apps support this. So if your app doesn't support it, I don't know what happens. But Apple's app should. So I'm gonna open this. And I'm gonna let me open another one.
It's Apple apps that I use, so that's no problem.
Yeah. Okay. So I've got two pages documents open. That didn't work like I thought it would work. But okay. So I've got these two documents. They can be, I can make the windows different sizes, make them
Yeah,
side
right,
by
side by
side.
side.
Yeah. So if your screen is big enough, this isn't a problem.
I got
I've
32
zoomed in so far for the demo that, my screen is like huge for me, but yeah. So if I now I wanted like, I've got some notes, I
Yeah.
can just drag notes in and it'll be added to the stage.
No, I want the notes to come in, replace those two to go off the side and stay paired. So I can bring it back in
Oh,
again.
okay. Okay, let me drag notes back over here. So just click notes
Yeah,
and then notes comes out. Pages
Yeah.
has the two documents. Just click pages. And then just you can go back and forth.
no,
Notes,
I want,
pages.
I want to replace the two with the new one. And you had the two documents that were paired together over the left margin. And then you're able to bring those two back together by clicking on it.
Uh-huh. So like if I had like reminders and Safari. So like this where I have Safari and reminders side by side.
Yeah.
And then
you
if
want
I click pages, Safari and reminders are side by side.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And-
you can link these these apps together.
Yeah.
Right. So
How did you get them to link together?
oh, okay. I just you just have one open. So you just have like, I have reminders, and then I have Safari in this column on the left, and I just
Yeah.
drag Safari in here,
Yeah,
and now they're linked together. They're on the same stage.
right. And then you want
Yeah.
to momentarily go someplace else and have those linked together so you can bring it back together.
So just dragging it into the stage links them. See, they're always linked when they jump to the left column. They're always linked.
Okay, so when you have two documents on the screen at the same time, and then you bring up a new one, those automatically link together to go off?
Not an app.
Yep, two apps
Okay.
together are linked, and yep, and they'll any apps that I drag onto the stage will be linked. So now those two are linked. Messages and notes are linked together. Okay, and you break a link just by, I could close one of the apps, or I could just drag it
Right.
off to the side.
Right, yeah. I'll practice that. Oh, I'm gonna go with it a little bit. I mean, I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna change to different screen. And give that a try.
Okay, yeah, give it a try. So if you
I can hear you.
totally
Keep talking, I can hear you. You can go on with what
okay. So, sorry. Last thing, if you totally hate Stage Manager, like, I don't get it. I'm getting lost. Just come up back here to Control Center and click on Stage Manager. It'll turn it off. This is how Windows used to be, right? Your Windows used to be. Everyone, it's all on the same screen. You can move them around however you want. Nothing's changed. So Stage Manager is kind of growing on me. The only thing I don't like is it's kind of fiddly to like create the stages. But once you have your stages created, it's kind of nice to be able to see those little thumbnails on the left column. Just the time it takes to just like think, which apps do I want to be together? How do I want all this to work? That's the kind of like the time consuming, tedious part.
Oh. Okay, I'm done with that. Just click on that. Oh, that's great. Great. Boy, this is a worthwhile Zoom meeting for me today. Thanks, you, Arlen.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. Marcy was asking about documents like bring unique documents to it.
Yeah, you were talking
Marcy,
about linking apps. Can you also link documents together, or bring in apps and documents and link them together? Or is it
like,
just?
give me
apps?
an example. I don't fully know what you're
Okay.
getting at.
We're talking about on the left, you've got apps,
Right. So
but
Like-
there's specifically documents within those apps.
that's you'd want in a different stage. So like you specifically want this page's document linked with messages.
Okay.
Is that what you're kind of talking about?
Yeah.
I want this particular document linked with messages,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
And then maybe, this is kind of interesting. Like, so I kind of want to, so I always want these two to be together, but can I open another one? This one. Can I open this one? Can I move this? Okay, nice. So
Oh.
I want these two together, but I want notes and this pages document together. Okay, so now I've got a document, pages, linked to notes, and then here I've got a different document linked with messages.
Okay, thank you. I'll
Is that
play
kind of
with-
what you're? Is that kind of what you want? Yeah. So, yeah. So like I said, like it'll take a little while for you to build the space, the stages that you want.
Okay,
But once you kind of build them, you're like, oh yeah, I'm always like surfing the internet, and then I want to add a to-do list for myself.
right,
Okay,
okay,
you put
thanks.
those side by side, you kind of work with it. Yeah,
Okay.
but
It's totally new for me. Okay, thanks.
I know. It kind of works. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I
Um,
like, yeah, that's perfect for me now.
Yeah. Try it on the iPad. If you're an iPad person, I think it's really good on the iPad. It really makes sense on the iPad. It makes a little less sense on the Mac, but I think it's still a good way to go.
That's great for me, great for me, the Mac. I use a Mac all the time. Big screen, like big screens.
Yeah.
I use an iPad all the time, so this is great. Terrific. Thank you.
We're both happy.
All right. Apple's making us all happy.